Ooh, the last take included a bit about save for a few hiccups. I have so many 415 episodes in my streaming series, and another one going later the same night of the recording might not be the same night as upload. Anyways, and I forgot to turn the audio on for that take. Anyways, hey YouTube! And a special hello to some of my roommates' friends. I've got a friend renting a room from us, and I was watching him play Minecraft earlier, and he was playing with some friends on a little server. That inspired me to do a little tour of my houses and kind of preview of Minecraft New. And this is going to be different than the previous tours because, one, it's updated with some of the current stuff, but also it's going to be a little more edited. You won't have to see me literally walk to all the places or creative mode fly there, but this is a backup of my world. If you go watch my actual streaming series, at the time of recording I've just discovered Deep Dark, which is big because this world was started in 1.18.2, and so a lot of the newer stuff I'll have to travel somewhat far to find. But I did recently reload my world for getting a thumbnail, and I forgot I have to reload it in the version that I had, and when I reloaded it, the villages nearby looked different, which was interesting, and there were some cherry groves, and it's pretty cool. Like, a nice place to live, but you're gonna see it as it's been. This is my 415 episode long streaming series, which I'm Steve, yes. I may get a custom skin at some point, but I don't really ever look at myself. I sometimes do the rear view so I can go just right and look under the water, but yeah. Anyways, let's go inside of my house here. Also, I've never beat the Ender Dragon. I haven't been to the Deep Dark except for the little bit that I was in the last episode. And I have... what is it? Oh, I've also never done a pillager outpost, but I have plans for that. I'll show you in just a moment. So, storage setup. This is what I was talking about, roommate, when you see this. I'm sure you'll have a little more organized when eventually, but yeah, a lot of different stuff here. Foodie things, plants, flowers, plants, dyes, some unlabeled stuff up here. That's wool, that's glass. I have 2 chests full of just crimson, because I needed shroom lights for a build that you will see. A lot of different things. There's this. I have this here. This is meant to be an emergency, like, shove stuff into, if I'm out and about. Ooh, what's that doing in there? Wait, why am I even bothering? I'm just gonna be reloading my world so I'm back inside of my cave. Yeah. Let's see, there is bundle, which this is for map making stuff. There's a bit of extra stuff in here now, but the arrows and the flint won't be there. It'll have enough for maybe 1 or 2 banners eventually, and then enough for at least 1 extra map, and like full-size map. And then if I have any leftover room, I can put random stuff in there. That's just the way it was when I was adventuring before I made a copy backup of my world and headed over here to do some delivery, or to do this video. My mind had a pause for a moment there. Because I was just actually thinking, I finally looked in the actual Minecraft backup folder because I do a separate backup system. And that backup system is different, and I may try using that going forward because I think it had multiple backups, whereas mine, I have to make different copies if I want that. But, you know, all my stuff is enchanted. Not all of it is mending. Some of it's unbreaking because I had a villager and then he died. But yeah, pretty much I was just like, just enchant some of everything. And, you know, speaking of enchanting, this is something that one night I had a vision for as I was laying on my pillow to go to sleep. And so then I built this. And it's so beautiful. It's so pretty. And it took me absolutely... I spent 2 hours just getting this elevator working. And then I think I spent even more time making the wiring system work. Because, if I accidentally push the button and send it back up, well, I can call it back down. There is 2-way redstone. Same thing with up top. Oh. Storm has started. Lovely. But also, in the first take I did, before I remembered I have a pause button, I was going to pause and save myself some editing work. I found those. I'm like, oh yeah. And the reason I was waiting for those, I think, is because, fortune. So, on my streaming series, hopefully I remember to come back down here and get that. But it's not finished down here, but this is going to be my enchanting setup. I need a ton of redstone for down here. I'm going to make a red room with maps. So I need like 250 stacks of redstone blocks. That's why I got fortune. Anyways, this is so pretty. The only other thing that needs to happen with this is I want to build a button in the middle that will also tie into the call system. So on the way down, if I needed to, I could hop off and... Oh, bump my mic. I could hop off and be in here and do stuff. And then catch it back up. Yeah, we got basic setup here for feeding burning materials in. I don't do coal anymore, really, because I like to trade it. Let's just do... Let's just do that, because we're not actually playing the streaming series. And we'll set it today in just a moment. I do have a clock up there by my door. Also, actually, here's a list of things that I need to do. One of those things needs to be taken off the list. You'll see what that is in just a moment. But let's take a look at my map room, and I think I'll get this right. It's this. I always confuses me, because this used to be over here, and it was, like, different, but then I had to move it over to fit everything. Yeah, map room. The reason it needs to be expanded is I need to raise the height. That map needs to be actually filled in, but I have all these that need to go up on a wall. This right here, this is the south direction, but this is not a whole wall of south. I have currently nothing south. This is all my maps laid out so I can see my world. They're not, as you can see here, they're not perfectly lined up. Like this is a few blocks out. So maybe it's the same chunk, but I don't think it is because I didn't know how to line up directly. I'm starting to fill in a new map that is down there, which, wait, is that? Oh, that is right. Yeah. I always forget that this is north. I always think that's south, because it's like you go up the river to the village here. There's a thing I'm going to show you right there, because you can see it looks like it's connected by land, but it's not. I tore that out, put in a connection so I can boat up here, and instead of picking my boat up, I can keep going. Transportation for resources from the various places that I've been. That's a home away from home. That's a home away from home. That's a home away from home. It goes 1, 2, and then I just call this jungle house. We'll be looking at all of those. I'm going to swap these out for red, and that's going to be orange. Actually, no. I was going to, well, maybe, I don't know, because I haven't marked a village here or here, although I want to. I'm going to make this orange, because I trade carrots with that dude. Also, this needs to be made red, because that's a little stopping point that I have right there. Little hole in the wall, I'll show that eventually. But yeah, map room, it's very pretty. I have, this goes into a cave that connects to other cave, and very winding, and I've explored. But this is the mechanism that you see on the other side there. So, yeah, that is my lovely little map room. And then, this was just kind of me digging for lava, but I do have this little bit of a loopy thing here. And, like, this comes around here, and then I go up to here. I am at my front door again, so that's lovely. I have an ender chest. I don't have an ender chest anywhere else. I should probably put one at my home away from homes. But this is just meant, like the original plan was, I just carry stuff to make an ender chest with me, and then I can put some stuff in it, and then when it's full, great, and then eventually my inventory fills up. I could still probably do that inside of a bundle, because I do have this bundle for map stuff here. So, yeah, I'll probably have one more bundle, and I had to do a trick to get them into my pre-existing world. Also, I'm probably going to look at my chat a few times and think, oh goodness, it's not working properly. It's just a local recording, so, yeah, basic setup in here. I have this chest here. This is all the stuff for going to the Woodland Mansion eventually. That is going to be a throwaway stream. That's a concept that I've coined on my channel where I have the main event planned out, but if nobody joins the stream, then I do something else. So in this case, I'll play Minecraft, but if nobody joins, then I'm not going to actually do the Woodland Mansion. Yeah. So then, let's take a look. We have in here our mushroom farm. Hardly ever use it. It's actually one of 2 mushroom farms that I have. Then out here, we have gardening stuff. This is special. I had another one that also had efficiency. Doesn't use the efficiency for just picking up the crops like I use it for, but that one accidentally overwrote because I didn't notice that the new enchant I was combining would overwrite the mending, and so, or sorry, not the mending, the fortune. But a few things here. This is for melons. I got seeds. I had way too many. I used to have beets in my garden, but I don't now. Just some wheat, some melons. That needs to be fixed. Potatoes and carrots, really. I got some beautiful birdies here. I used to have a cockatiel in real life, so this one's my favorite. I had some parakeets too. But the green, none of them here are like the little budgie parakeets. Yeah, I've got that. It's a decent garden. I like that the water level has to be the same level as the dirt. So I thought I would be fine just having it 1 level deep on top of my river, but nope. We got pigs. I don't really breed them very often. I have so many saddles in my animal chest that I was like, I don't want to throw it away. Okay, fine, a pig can have it. Cows, sheep. My chicken machine that hardly ever has any chicken. I remember from earlier, 8, 10 actually. Yeah, I'm not home very often, but I would expect it to have some chicken when I am, given its massive size, but stacks of feathers used to be the thing, and like, no meat. I should show the mechanism really quickly. It's simple. I'm pretty sure I built it right, but just expanded. So, if there's something I'm doing wrong, let me know, but it's not as wonderful as I thought it would be. There's hardly ever any chicken in there for me, and I have to resort to other sources, like killing hoglins in the Nether. Now you know my secret button. But everyone who watches my streaming series, not everyone, but if you've seen it in the streaming series, then yep. This goes into a sugarcane farm. It's not automated. I may do that someday. This is one source that I do for emeralds. I mentioned coal earlier. You can also hear our noisy neighbors, the chickens. I wish you couldn't. I wish that there was some sound blockage between the stone for the chickens, but then hearing zombies through the stone has been useful, so maybe it shouldn't change. I don't know. Either way... Oops. Alright. Let's set it up today. By the way, the donkey down there, I never ride. I should actually move him up here to be with the rest of... he or she, I actually don't know. That's not because of some of the, things going on that I'm not going to specifically mention here. It's just because I lost track and I've decided not to do genders. Same thing with villagers. I used to, but now it's just kind of like, it gets weird when you think about it. No, thank you. That's the other parent. I hardly ever ride him or her. Sometimes they take me over to the village. I've used the child once, so the mule has gotten once. I didn't kill a villager, or sorry, a trader. He died, and so I said, okay. Or no, I think they became disconnected from him, and so I said, okay, I'll take them now. And yeah, I haven't used them ever. I should, but I just haven't. But I have them, so if I can try a long train of llamas to transport goods if I ever need to. There's been a few times, but I just haven't. It's so weird looking over and seeing that my stream is not counting up. But let's ride my minecart and look at the other local stuff. Spawn is over that way. And when I started 1.18, the last time I had played was years ago in like 1.8 or 1.9. So, yeah, it's just over that mountain there. I can vividly remember coming this way, and there's a marker to help find my house. I can climb up there and see over the valley. It's really beautiful, but I remember going over there, finding the cave, and like, yep, it's going to be my home now. But first we want to go other, and we want to set it to the mine. I'm not very good with redstone or rails. This took a bit of figuring out, but I figured it out. So first stop, a little cavey bit that does connect into other cavey bits. There's a crafting table over there. I just kind of leave crafting tables places now. I mean, I've started carrying one more regularly with me because I have a lot of stuff to condense, like I'm getting lots of redstone or coal and I need to condense it. But for a while, I would just make a crafting table and leave it somewhere, so it wouldn't take up precious inventory space. Spider spawner that I'm not going to turn into anything because I tried to turn one of these into a grinder in my first streaming series. No, sorry, my first pre-recorded series. This is... yeah, no, absolutely terrible. I'm not going to even bother here. There would not be enough room with my current setup. I do, however, have a zombie spawner that has been turned into something. This was set up to fish. I've been meaning to bring a jukebox down here so I can just fish. I might need to make that a little bigger. But you have that there. And then the big thing that really helped me get lots of zombies, but I also ran into entity cramming once without knowing. This is where I have all of my crimson growing stuff. There's the nylium, and that's where I use to get all of the shroomlights that I have for a build that you will be seeing shortly. I always forget that the ladders goes down. It's not to get me back out. So then we can hop in here and go down into the rest of the mine. There's really no resources around here. I think I've gotten like all the diamonds that are here, except for there's the one diamond that is at the bottom of the thing, which, yes, I did show my enchanting setup, so yeah, there's that one diamond down there I need to remember to get. Smelting setup. Chests full of really just random stuff. I have tons of copper back home too. I put amethyst with the copper because they're a recipe together. A bit of food down here if I need. Mostly empty chest. A clock so I can tell what time of day it is. Those that have never grown anything, but I realize you bone meal them now. Really good food source. I have a great video on that. Or a good emergency food source and light source if you're under. But as you can see, I have mined tons of blocks that way and here and not found really anything. This is a terrible place. But if we go over here, there's some loops down there. I think I've got all the resources that were down there. It looked pretty. That's why I put the glass over it, because I've also fallen down and splattered a few times and lost stuff. I like saving the lava because it's useful as light. Ooh, I need to get some more light in that section there. But, yeah, let's go on this way. This is an area with a mine shaft that I've already looted and explored. It's quite big, it's nice. It took a while to light it up so I wasn't dying. And it's pretty cool, really. I've been in a few other cave systems since then. I have an arrow to mark my way back to make it easy to find. There's only one other cave that I've really gone to multiple times, and that is the Lush Death Cave. Red Village, follow the river going south, curve around over there, Lush Death Cave. I call it that because the first time I went in there, it was pretty. The first time I had ever seen a lush cave, and then I fell off into lava and died and lost my stuff. And I don't think I reloaded my save at that point. But not all of this is straight playthrough. I have reloaded my save a few times when things have gone bad. And so I try to avoid doing that, but so far the response from people, like, I'll often say, yeah, because I back up more often now, but it used to be that, hey, if anybody complains before I've made my next backup, I will go back and I will accept the loss of stuff. But so far nobody seems to complain, and I know that it's my choice and whatever, and so, you know. The next thing we need to take a look at is the village. So we set these levers just right. It seems like minecarts have gotten a little bit slower. Oh, and speaking of chat, the other thing for anybody who sees this and they're like, this looks fun, I want to watch him actually play on this series. It's single player only, but I want to do like a hide and seek with some fans and put it onto a free server and do that. But sometimes I won't see the chat because, oh, nobody's chatting, so I'm heads down doing stuff, and then someone joins, and then I just don't notice until late. This is a pretty small village. I had to reload my world. I copied the seed and made a new world. And for getting a thumbnail for something I'm going to show you in a bit. And I did 1.20, and I'm like, oh wait, I need to do 1.18.2. I had to look up first what I started this in. But it looks different. There's like a cherry grove over there and some other cool features. But yeah, it's a small village, and oh, people keep leaving their doors open. Why do you keep leaving your doors open? Anytime I go to a village and I need to find a bed to sleep in, like, even if I can't, I try and find an empty bed, or sometimes like, I'm going to sleep in your bed tonight, but just for like this 1 or 2 nights. You'll be able to sleep in it later on, or I'll sleep in beds of childs or nobodies that don't actually need their sleep because they're not working. Or if they leave their door open, they absolutely deserve to have their bed be slept in, because they're putting themselves in the village at danger. And so yeah, spawn is just over there. Man, I want to go back and watch some of my old episodes or skim them. I haven't done this yet, but I've wanted to like take the first 100 episodes of my 15 episode Minecraft series, and I've wanted to like shorten them down to 1 minute per hour, because they're about an hour long each episode. Sometimes they're 2 hours, it depends. But I want to shorten them to 1 minute per hour, and then have a video that's like sped up of that. And you get to see rapid speed the first several episodes. But we got our portal here. I need a chest for minecarts here. I need to have chests at each spot that are almost completely filled with minecarts. Because, like, especially when I was building my pathway in here, it'd be like I would die, and then I would ride another cart down here, and then I'd die again, and then eventually I had no mine carts. Oh. I need to remember to take one of these with me. I also need to remember to leave it here when I am done. Oftentimes I forget, and I take it with me. I even put a sign on my door going out to my garden and my bridge. And it was like, remember to take your boots back. And then I, like, oh, I'm not going there yet, so I don't need to. Oh, I'm not going there yet, so I don't need to. And then I went nearby here, but I didn't take them with me. Anyways, speed this up, and you get to see the path and where it goes. Oh, right, after that... Yeah, that's a door that I used to block off a thing that I dug out. After that brisk walk through the Nether, we get to here. The path is sprint safe, not sprint and jump safe like I thought. But it is sprint safe. I don't like that. Take cover. Little mushroom farm, emergency food source in here, but I don't really need it. There is, on the other side of the bridge, I can actually climb up over there, go that way. There's a bastion over there. There's another fortress over there. There's another nether fortress somewhere that way. A few places I've explored. This is really useful for getting pork. This is where I've gotten my 45 pork that you see in my inventory now. There's also a bastion up here. The one over there is way worse and has so many holes. Just walking through there is a hazard. There's not very many hoglins over there, though, because there is Crimson Forest on the other side. But, yeah, I've spent some time in the Nether, but I don't really like the Nether. But, oh, yes. This one over here leads to the Lush Death Cave. I have a small set up there. You can see the Lush Death Cave if you watch my series. It's supposed to be closed. Yeah, and then eventually we have all of our gold boots on one side of the equation. Aww. Oh, that scared me. I thought it was a pigman ready to shoot me. Oh, it's night. Alright, there we go. Because we're not actually streaming. We are doing a house tour that is slightly edited. This is my home away from home. This is the first home that I ever built. A little garden back there. Some growing. We got berries, which, by the way, I have never, ever gone on a berry picking expedition and not gotten hurt when I've been at a village with berries, or they've been on the way home. Yeah, just a bunch of random stuff. I think this is meant to be like, this is what I want to take home with me. More random stuff, basic setup here. That leads into the bedroom. It's a window. A window here. All the windows have these, shades that can be closed. It's nice. We have a cellar that I added on later for some extra storage. Uh-oh. Come on. Let me up. What is going on? There we go, finally. Yeah, and then you have this here. It's nice. It looks pretty up here. I can look out over and see things. There is a bridge that goes that way. And going off there, and then I can get on the other side and head to White Village. I spent quite a bit of time there getting lamps in my series, and it's a place where I can trade for coal. But the Blue Village also has some coal people, so I do that often. But this is my first home away from home. On to the next thing. Alright, we are back home at my front door, and we're ready to go check out some of the other things, my other houses and stuff. Yeah, I'm not going to be boating the whole way there. Just wanted to show you this little bit I have up the river here. And, an acacia boat. I love acacia boats. The best color, although mangrove might be pretty. I do have some propagules that I was able to purchase, because there is a swamp nearby, but it was before my swamps had any mangrove growing in them. So this is one of the two villages I have not marked yet up the river. And there is this thing here. Guess what it is? Other than, I'll tell you, it's the thing to connect the two rivers together, but guess what that is? And we need to look at just one thing that I have up here. It's a new machine for doing raids. It's not perfect. Maybe if I should wall in the whole village, I don't know. I've had a few accidents, but the way this works is, the first wave comes, I kill everyone except for one guy, and I lure them into here, and then I close the door, I come over to here, I sneak my way out, and then while everyone's sweating and running their heads off, I wait for them to get inside of houses, I dirt the houses up, then I come back over here, I do this, I can go inside, I can take out our mans, finish the raid, I'll climb up on the church and knock people down with this. Although I may try with arrows next time, because even though the trident is reusable, you can shoot more arrows quickly, and if you miss by just a little bit, you get a second shot. Usually I have to go down and take them out. But let's go have a look at this thing over here and tell you what it is. This is my river connector. I started off with just red and yellow, and then I thought about doing more colors than that, but I'm not as colorful as the whole rainbow suggests. If you want to, great, but I'm not. So I have, I did this and I'm like, ooh, ketchup and mustard. Ooh, I should build a hot dog statue. So it looks really pretty at night, which I can actually show really quickly, but it's a little bit hard to tell what it is. Hopefully you guys were guessing and guessed hot dog. But yep. And then when it gets even darker, I don't know the numbers for it, but it looks really pretty and nice. And yeah, it took me a while to build this, getting all of the glass. I mocked that up out of wool, and then I replaced the glass. So it's nice, yeah. And the little darker brown bits of glass are like an extra toasted bit on the hot dog bun. And yeah, this is what lets me get to pretty much anywhere else in the world. Back to day. And as you can see on the map, that's a lot of places. There was a period where I'd get to Blue Village by going across my bridge, ride the minecart, walk through the village, boat up the river. The time going to my new river spot down here and up to Blue Village versus doing that is the same. It's 6s. But anyways, on to the next location. Alright, welcome to the mangroveless 118 swamp that I was talking about. This is just not much of anything special, really. It's just a little place in here for a rest stop, because it was getting night and I made a little hole one time. But if we continue along, I do need to carve some of this out and make it so that it actually goes and lets me boat all the way through, because this is a pretty big place I get to. There's ways to get to here if I go down to the south on my map really far, and a whole big thing, which that's where I currently am in my streaming series, off the map, trying to make a new one. I found the Deep Dark, but if I come out here, and I come over to here, I come to a design that not a lot of people have used, but I like. Also, the pillars back home, people have found that interesting with the pillars on my bridge being made out of fence, but this is the beach home. Again, this needs to be replaced with red. Got a little corral for my horse if I ever ride him out here, which I haven't done that in ages. Again, a random smattering of stuff. This is like the main chest over here. Yeah. So, yeah, home away from home. Number 2, a little corral for my mount if I ever have them here. A chest boat. There's a bunch of explored things out here, and yeah. Alright, if I fly on to map numbered 38, just because of the number of maps, before I knew about the cartography table, I lost so many maps. We got a few pillager outposts marked off. There is a whole bunch of villages marked off here, but we are headed to the red point, which is my final house that I have built in this series. I have a few other ideas. I want to build a hidden house inside of an iceberg, cool things like that. But this is the final house of the series, the final thing that I need to show off, so I will see you there. And welcome to the jungle. The home that people seem to like the most is my jungle home. I have a food source up top here. Chickens. Oh, goodness, now I'm getting eggs. But yes, chickens up top. And then if we come around and down here, it's outside of a big cave that I explored at one point. It's not all lush down there, but it's pretty. There's some neat stuff down there. I've gotten some resources, but not too many. And this cave goes really far. It's taken me all the way up closer towards the yellow village as well, where I did a bunch of cave exploring and got most of the diamonds that I've ever had from there. Or at least half of them anyways. But inside, cozy front door. I like that. We get... Why is it so dark? It used to be a lot lighter from those. Have they changed how lighting works? Or is something need to be up? I have honestly no idea why it's so dark in here. Oops, my pork's gone. Oh well. I'll be reloading this before I... Like, what the heck? Anybody know why it's so dark? BUC. I don't really know much about creative mode. And this actually brings us to a point I've had where I have reloaded my save a few times because things didn't go quite as I expected them to, and so I reloaded my save because I didn't want to lose stuff. I've done that a few times. The few people that watch my series haven't seemed to mind, but before I was updating almost every episode my backup, because I have a manual backup in a separate folder, but I might start using a Minecraft's backup just because it actually makes incremental backups. I'll have to decide what I want to do. Because my system, I have to make incremental backups, otherwise I'm just writing over. But before I was updating regularly, I would say, okay, if anybody complains about me reloading my save before I make a backup again, then fine, I'll go back and I'll have lost the village or whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much it. There's the red banner marking this. That's pretty much it for this little tour video. Hopefully it gets some people interested in this vanilla Minecraft streaming series. Again, if I haven't already mentioned, because I completely forget if I have, it's in between my other projects and things. And so I do it whenever sometimes I get home from work and I just want to play. It's really fun and exciting, and I like it. I've never beat the Ender Dragon before in Minecraft, but that is on my list. So is the Woodland Mansion. Currently visiting the Deep Dark, which will be happening some point at the time of recording this video. I don't know when I'm going to upload it. But yeah, and again, special hello to some of my roommates' friends. If this interests you, you're welcome to tune in and watch me play. And if you guys ever want to do something together, great. I know the one person that I had my friend ask when I was watching him play earlier said they probably weren't interested in doing like a hide and seek come find me thing, but that's really more for people who have been watching this series for a while, and I can be like, here's a clue. Jungle. Oh, the jungle house. Let's go. Something like that. I don't know. But either way, it's fun. I like doing this. I don't think it's the longest running series ever, but 415 episodes that are about an hour long is pretty big. And yeah, it's loads of fun. But also I encourage you to check out my other stuff. Go watch Airborne Death. I want to do more things like that on this channel. And I'm slowly working our way to that in the room. But this is just meant to be a quick pull my green screen down, set everything up, just click a few buttons, have some fun for an hour or two when I'm in the middle of other projects waiting for glue to dry, things like that. Thanks so much for watching this video. This is a nice, actual, shorter version of my house tours. I will see you guys in whatever's next. And make sure you leave a like down below. If you want to be notified, then you can subscribe and click the bell. Subscribing also helps my channel look good, but really, if what you really want, if you like this stuff, is just to have it show up in your feed, then you gotta watch it. Also, that's going to get my watch hours up, and once I'm at like 1,000 right now. The numbers have been going down. I'm hopeful they'll go back up because some of you guys want to donate. So you need to get my watch hours up to 3,000, and then donations will be open. Or you can go patreon.com/Coastals101 if you want to donate that method as well. And yes, you can do a one-time donation. You just have to cancel after a month or before the next billing cycle. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in whatever's next. Hopefully some more fun, exciting things on my channel. Oh, a tease thing. I went to farmer's market. I'm going to try making some pickles. That's another thing coming up. I'll see you guys in whatever's next. Bye!